What's going on YouTube? This is Drano's back at it again, bringing you another video. So doing something a little bit different here. It is a Madden video or Madden related video, but just trying something a little bit different as far as my setup. I'm actually doing a face reveal. So for you guys who don't know or were kind of curious, there you go. Here you go. This ugly mug right here. So yeah, just doing something a little bit different, just trying to expand and just kind of build on my content up to this point. So for today's video, we're going to be doing just something a little bit different. I haven't really done this. Well, I mean, if you want to count the NFL draft video as one of them too, where it's a prediction video where I give kind of my thoughts on the new promo that's coming out for the positional heroes. Now, obviously, we're coming towards the end of Madden where, it's pretty much dead at this point. Let's keep it a buck right here. Madden's pretty much dead at this point this year. I actually played my first weekend league in a long time. Was it last weekend after I had pulled Golden Ticket Lamar, which if you guys didn't see that reaction video whenever I was on stream, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. You got to go check that out, bro. On streamed, even though there wasn't a whole lot of people there anyways, man, I just went nuts when I pulled that Golden Ticket Lamar. But I think I sold him for like 5.5 or 5. It was just ridiculous how much he went for. So not only was it, so I flipped him, and I basically was able to build almost a whole entire Seattle Seahawks team. So for you guys who don't know, I'm a Seahawks fan. Russell Wilson's my favorite quarterback and really one of my favorite athletes. So I was able to build a whole Seahawks team, and it was great. I think I won like 17, 18 games to start off with, so not too bad considering that I went, I want to say I hadn't played Weekend League since like the end of Club Series or something like that, which is crazy. But, we'll definitely keep the streams popping. For you guys who don't know, I do have a Twitch channel. I'm trying to get affiliate status, so I have all the metrics except for the average viewers, so really need you guys to come in and support. I am planning on streaming tonight, so if you guys could go ahead and follow the Twitch. It's just twitch.tv/Drano's. I'll drop it down below here. Really appreciate you guys coming by, man. I'm trying to hit that affiliate status. Like I said, I have almost all the metrics. It's just I need the average viewers to go up, and then we're pretty much right there, to be honest with you guys. So never would I have thought that I would really go ahead and pursue that, but it's just kind of one of my goals for now. So without further ado, just to get down to business, we are going to be doing, like I said, a prediction video where we're going to be going over the Positional Heroes promo that, at least to my knowledge, hasn't come out yet, and I haven't seen any leaks of it as far as kind of the players who are going to be in that promo. So I would assume Positional Heroes will probably come out at some point. Really, I think just kind of my thoughts of this promo, I think, you're going to see cards that, for guys that, you wouldn't really expect. That's kind of what my predictions are. You're going to see guys who need a who need a well-deserved upgrade on their cards. And that's usually how positional promos really go, to be honest with you. But, if you're really expecting to see Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or even Russ really at this point, you're not going to see it because, let's be real. They can get a 99, but what are they going to get? A +1? And really with Lamar, he has a golden ticket. I don't think you can get much better than that. So you'll probably be kind of maybe surprised with some of the names that you see on here, but, I did kind of do a little bit of research, looked at some of the stats from last year. Now, I'm not saying that stats mean everything because clearly it doesn't. You have Jameis Winston throwing for 5K yards, 30 touchdowns, which seems good, and then throws 30 picks on the other end. So, obviously, stats aren't the only thing. I did go ahead and look at Mudhead. Just look at, who hasn't really had a card in a minute, and then kind of just use that as kind of my argument. So, without further ado, I'm actually breaking this into 2 parts because I'm not trying to make this a ridiculously long video. Going to make this into 2 parts. So, if you guys do enjoy part 1, which is just going over strictly the offensive players, I'd appreciate you, number 1, hitting that like button. And then if you guys are ready for number 2, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's just make something super easy. Let's get to 10 likes. If we can get to 10 likes, I'll work on the defensive prediction video. I already know who the players that I think are going to go with. Now it's just a matter of just making it. So if we can get to 10 likes, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and hop into the video. All right, guys. So as you guys can see here, I'm looking at my laptop. So I pulled up the Muthead website here. So obviously, like I said, I just use this just so I could use it as kind of a baseline, just to see as far as what cards are kind of, where they're at this point of the year. So gonna start off at the quarterback position. Really, with the quarterback position, kind of tough to gauge, really, because I feel like most of the elite quarterbacks already have like end game cards. Like you have Lamar, you have Mahomes with his 99 Super Bowl. You got Russ, who had the 98 Team of the Year. So kind of tough. But what I'm going to try to do for each position is to give at least 2 or 3 cards that I think are that make it an upgrade for the positional heroes. So looking at my first player, I mean, I feel like this should be pretty obvious. Gonna go ahead and go with Aaron Rodgers. So, he's only coming in at a 95, so I could definitely see him getting an upgrade. Had a up and down year, to say the least, this past season, but he's a fan favorite, at least for Packers fans, obviously. And also another reason why he's also a fan favorite in Mutt, because he has that quick release. So I think, if you can get a juiced up version with Aaron Rodgers, who I think as of now he can actually get escape artist, so just an even faster version with him with that quick release, I think it's a solid move there. So now coming in at my second prediction for the quarterback position, I'm gonna go ahead. Again, this might seem kind of ticky-tacky because you gotta, it would be a small upgrade, but I think it could be Cuyler Murray. Obviously, with Madden this year, it's definitely kind of the year of speed. Really the year of running, whether it be if you're running stretch, dive, or even nowadays, you got people out here wilding with Lamar Jackson running that QB draw. I think Cuyler Murray would be another lethal weapon in that type of offense. So I could see him getting a positional hero as well. Obviously, he won the Offensive Rookie of the Year, so I could totally see Cuyler Murray going out and getting the 99, or I don't even know how they're going to do it, because I know in years past it was always 99s, and then other years for positionals it was like 97s, 98s, just kind of really just depended on the player. So another prediction that I have is Cuyler Murray. And so my last prediction for the quarterback position, I'm going to go ahead and go with Drew Brees. It's funny because Drew Brees, he's always regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I agree. I mean, he's had a heck of a career up to this point, and yet no one in Mutt really uses him outside of like a Saints theme team. When have you ever seen Drew Brees be used? I think that's kind of, obviously we know why. It's just because he's just not fast at all, and I don't think really at any point Drew Brees has ever been fast. So I think if you're more of a pocket guy and you like, just taking your time and not rolling out like crazy and trying to throw corner routes like most of these demons in the mud streets do, I think this Drew Brees would be a good card for you. I mean, his stats are going to be juice, and I think he's long overdue, especially since his last card was a playoff card, which playoffs were so long ago. So I think Drew Brees, you could easily see him getting an upgrade. Now, just looking at this list, I didn't realize that he had this Easter card recently. As you guys could look on my screen, Derrick Henry. I guess I just didn't pay attention to the Easter promo. I didn't realize he had this 97 overall, but to be honest, Madden's known for really doing those like +1, +2 upgrades. And I know I kind of going against with what I'm saying, but I had already had this list written down for a while, and I didn't want to like have to go back and search for another running back. So I mean, I still could see Derrick Henry getting the positional hero. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he had a really good year, especially, in the playoffs where he just absolutely just balled out. So I could see Derrick Henry getting the positional hero for the running back position. So we'll just go with Derrick Henry for this spot. Now, another position that you could another player that you could potentially see at the running back position is Nick Chubb from the Cleveland Browns. Again, just another guy who, not the biggest of names, obviously, with in the NFL, obviously big amongst Browns fans, but he's another guy where he had a great year as well. I feel like you could definitely see an upgrade from his 96 Team of the Year. And I remember, I think Chubb during, was it Regs last year? Yeah, it was during Regs. The only reason why I remember is because I played in that Road to the Madden Classic tournament, and I used the Browns. And dude, Chubb with that armbar, and this, mind you, this was at the time that armbar was just crazy. Nick Chubb was ridiculous with that armbar. So But yeah, like I said, I mean, Nick Chubb had a solid year at the running back position for the Browns. Really one of the only consistent, players on that team, to be honest with you. So again, another prediction, I could see Nick Chubb, making it. All right, so coming in at a little bit of a sleeper pick here at this position for running back, I'm going to go ahead and my last option, I think Josh Jacobs. Again, like I said, as at the beginning, there's going to be some surprises here, and I think Josh Jacobs is someone that, especially for a team such as the Raiders who are moving to Las Vegas, definitely just to give them some excitement, at least in mud. Obviously, they don't really have much else to be excited about at this time. So I think Josh Jacobs could be a good option as well. I mean, I had him in fantasy, and when he was healthy, he killed it. I think kind of the thing that kind of hurts him, no pun intended, is the fact that he was kind of injured throughout the year. But, if Mutt wants to just go in a different direction and not really go with, the usual suspects at running back, I think Josh Jacobs would be a good little mix because he's kind of like a balance back. He's not super fast, but he's not, he's not thin like a Chris Johnson. He's not like a scat back or anything like that. I think Josh Jacobs would be a good balance. So he'll be my final prediction as far as who I think could potentially get the position hero. All right, so now moving on to the wide receivers. So with the wide receiver position, I came up with 5 names because obviously you need to have 2 receivers for positionals, or at least I would think, but it's Madden anyway. So my first wide receiver position, or one of the positions I think could be taken by Chris Godwin. He played really, really well last year, and again, he's got his Team of the Year card, but I didn't realize he actually was a specialist. Did he play special teams like that? Or was he I don't know what exactly that whole specialist thing was all about. Not sure why he got that label, but he's definitely he's not a specialist. And now with having a guy like Tom Brady to drop back and throw dots, that's going to be scary to see, what that Tampa Bay offense could do going into next season. But I could see Chris Godwin having a good card, having one of the positional heroes. I would have said Mike Evans, but I think Mike Evans had the Theme Diamond card, which I think is like a 97, 98 overall, something like that. So I think it's only kind of fair to kind of give love to the other side, give it to Chris Godwin, his teammate. So I think that would be a good pick at one of the receiver slots for positional hero. All right, so next player here is, again, another kind of sleeper pick that I think, he's warranted an upgrade, especially kind of, after the season that he had, is Devante Parker. I would say he's probably the best receiver by far on the Dolphins this past season, and that's saying a lot because, Devante Parker up to this point was considered really a bust coming in to this season. He had never been, consistent at all in the slightest, and then he just came out. I want to say he had almost 1,000 yards, or he had right at 1,000 yards receiving. So again, I feel like this is one of those sleeper picks where Madden, goes a direction where I don't think a lot of people are really anticipating. So I could see Devante Parker having a really nice upgrade, making a big jump from that 93 to a 98, 99. Like I said, it's just something different. I mean, let's be honest, do you guys want to see another Julio? Do you guys want to see another Odell? I'm at the point where I feel like everyone's team is pretty much the same when it comes to playing on weekend league and MUT seasons. I'm just tired of it. So it would be kind of refreshing to see Devante Parker, at least as one of those receivers. So that's one of my other predictions for the positional hero. All right, guys. Sorry, I was interrupted there. But anyway, so another receiver that I think is a potential candidate for one of the positional heroes, I got to go with DeAndre Hopkins. He's just one of those guys that he just consistently balls out year in and year out. Even whenever his first couple of years, he had pretty much no-name quarterbacks really throwing him the ball. Now he's in a position where he's got Cuyler Murray. That's definitely, I would say, a really good position to be in. It's going to be crazy. I'm not sure if this card, I don't think it would. I don't think it gets Cardinals Chem as of yet, but for the guys that, are wanting that Cardinals Chem for their theme teams, this should be a no-brainer at this point. The only thing that's just kind of not good about this card is that it's only 92 speed, at least for the Team of the Year card. 92 speed nowadays with all these 99 speed corners like Byron Jones or I'm not sure if Byron Jones is 99 because I just got him on the squad too. I know Night Train has 99 speed on my team, and I'm not sure if, obviously, +7 speed difference, that's not going to help Hopkins. So he could definitely use a positional hero, just to, if more than anything, just to increase his speed. So that's another guy that I think could be a potential candidate for positional. All right, so another guy that kind of is under the radar at this point, we've got A.J. Brown, wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans. Really, he didn't really burst onto the scene until Ryan Tannehill became the quarterback for the team. So I feel like he's another guy that he could warrant an upgrade, to more of those end game cards, especially for those Titans themed teams. I could definitely see him getting another upgrade, for example, 93 speed. This card, at least with this 95 card, it's not usable unless if you're running a Titans themed team, which really at that point, I don't know. To me, some of these cards are kind of outdated now with how the cards are now and how stacked teams are. I could definitely see A.J. Brown getting an upgrade as well. And the last card that I have at the wide receiver position that could potentially get an upgrade, I do have Amari Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, I'd probably get crucified if I didn't include at least one Cowboy on this list. So I would have said initially Dak, but he has the 97 theme diamond. We've got Zeke, who he just got a high, OP Easter card. And let's be honest, we've already seen a bunch of Zeke cards throughout the year, so I don't think anyone would really want to see that. But, you don't really see a whole lot of Amari Cooper cards. I know he has this combine one, but again, similar to the situation with A.J. Brown and DeAndre Hopkins, this card only has 93 speed. When could you ever use this card against some of the higher end level teams? Unless if you get obviously if you get Cowboys boost with Sprinter and Brawler, whatever the case may be, then that helps. But if you're just running it stock, you're not going to get anywhere with this card, at least now. So he's another guy that I think could be a potential positional hero. And if I'm not mistaken, I think when he was with the Raiders, he actually got the positional hero not too long ago. I could be wrong. I'd have to go double check. I want to say it was either Madden 17 or Madden 18 where he got the positional hero. But again, I can see Amari Cooper, Dallas Cowboys, coming in as my last prediction for the positional hero at wide receiver. All right, so next position we got for positional heroes, we got tight ends. Really looking at some of these cards, you got Gronk. He came back though. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Did Gronk have a card this year? Yeah, he had to have. I don't know why I'm questioning that, but really, he didn't play last year, obviously. So it kind of wouldn't make any sense to give him a positional hero, at least at this point. So, we've got my first tight end as far as my prediction. I've got George Kittle from the San Francisco 49ers, obviously one of our division rivals, but man, did he just ball out this past season. And I know he's got quite a bit of upgrades already throughout the season. He kind of bursts onto the scene kind of out of nowhere, really. But he's definitely a guy that I could see, getting kind of that end game card, especially for those Niner theme teams, which, bro, I run into Niner theme teams all the time on Weekend League, and it's just ridiculous. I think they do have one of the best theme teams out there, in terms of just, you got George Kittle, you've got, just thinking of just some of the names that I see on the Randy Moss, even though he only had a cup of coffee with the 49ers, but technically speaking, he played with the Niners. That's almost like me saying that Devin Hester had a crucial role with the Seahawks, even though he only played 2 games. But I don't care. I'm taking advantage of it. Devin Hester, 99 speed is a GG's in the chat at that point. But nonetheless, George Kittle, I think, well deserved. I think he will get it. He's one of the guarantees at this point, but really never know it. All right, so another card that I think could potentially be a positional hero is Zach Ertz. Even though he just got this Easter card. And see, I made this list yesterday, and for whatever reason, these cards weren't popping up. So my apologies there. But at the same time, I still could see Zach Ertz getting a positional hero at this point. He was really the only consistent thing that the Eagles really had, at least on the offensive side of the ball. So again, he's kind of one of those guys who, just kind of takes care of business. He's not flashy. He just kind of just puts up the numbers, and that's really all that he does, really. So just a consistent player. He's a guy that, you know, I feel like he could be a good tight end. Although, like I said before coming into this video, I thought his last card was his 92 harvest card, so I was like, oh, for sure he needs an upgrade. And now as I'm pulling up Mudhead again, he actually had a 95. But, you know, again, you could still juice him up a little bit more, especially for like those Eagles teams. Maybe make him like a 98, maybe 99. Just, I think that'd be kind of a little too much. But I could definitely, you know, I could see Zach Ertz really getting a position over here at this rate too. And then my last card, or the last person or last tight end that I think may get an upgrade, and this is just coming out of center field or left field at this point, whatever field you want to point to. I got Tyler Higbee. I know probably a lot of people don't really watch the Rams like that, but I was kind of surprised to see that he actually put up some solid numbers, you know, for the tight end position. He was up there in terms of like receiving yards. And I remember when he played Seattle a couple times, he absolutely killed us every time we played him. So if you want like a super sleeper, I think this is your guy right here. You know, especially since he's only an 88, I would imagine if he got upgraded like 10 points, that would be crazy, to be honest with you. Again, I wanted to kind of spice it up. Give some names you really wouldn't see, because, like, let's be honest, do you guys want to see another Travis Kelce? Do you guys want to see another Gronk? You know, guys we see all the time in mud. Me personally, I don't. I won't. You know, I like seeing different things. I like seeing like theme teams that you wouldn't really expect, like for example, like Giants, Dolphins. Just thinking theme teams that I played through my last weekend league. It's always nice to see that, as opposed to just playing all these. Like, it's literally just copy paste really at this point, especially with where all the 99s are at now. And you know, I'm just trying to just enjoy it while I can, especially now that supposedly Madden isn't coming out till like September. We got a lot more time with this Madden 20, man. I don't know how much more of halfback stretch, halfback dive I can handle up to this point, but I do it for you guys. I do it to provide content for you guys. So that being said, didn't really have anything as far as O-linemen. Nothing against the O-linemen, because obviously they probably had the most important job in blocking, protecting the quarterback, you know, opening up holes for the running back, pause. But it's just for them. I mean, besides pancakes, is there really kind of like a measurable stat that you can kind of compare and contrast? I don't think so. You can only really just kind of tell just from looking at tape, and let's be honest, I'm at that point where I was kind of taxed out and I was not looking at tape. So just gonna go ahead and omit the lineman at this point. So really just looking more at the skill position players on the offensive side of the ball. Hopefully, you know, don't crucify me if you guys are, you know, fans of the offensive line. But if you guys did enjoy the video, number one, I'd appreciate you guys hitting that like button. You know, definitely a lot of work goes into, you know, things like this, but I enjoy doing it. I'm really enjoying where I'm at as a content creator. And if you guys are looking forward to more videos like this, where I kind of get my predictions, or ready for part 2 where I go over the defensive side of the ball, can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit post notifications, just so you know exactly when that video goes up. I think that's really important. So go ahead and do that. And then, you know, follow me on Twitch. I'll actually drop all my links out below just so you can keep up with me. I have Twitter, Instagram, you name it, I'm on it. So, you know, constantly posting content. I'm, you know, like I said, really happy where I'm at my point. Even though I'm a small YouTuber now, you know, you got to start somewhere, and we're just going to keep growing one step at a time. So, until the next one, guys, this is Dre Knows, and I'm signing out. Peace.